Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to be trying my hands at a 100-day hardcore Minecraft challenge. And for this one, I'm going to be doing the caves only version. I'm not allowed to leave the caves for any purpose for the whole entire video. If the sunlight touches my head, I will instantly turn into dust like a vampire. Credit to Luke the Notable for the video idea. With that said, let's begin. Day 1, and I'm already cheating. I spawned myself in a mineshaft, because this challenge is basically impossible without finding a mineshaft first, so we'll just go ahead and start there. Credit to Luke the Notable for the video idea. Alright, so day 0, I spawn in a deep slate mineshaft, which is both a blessing and a curse, because there's no cooldown here for any torches, and I mine super slow because of deep slate. But, on the other hand, there's a lot of iron, diamonds, other materials down here. I actually got really lucky with this spawn. I spawned in a lush cave, which is the dream. There's food in the form of glow berries, there's light, renewable wood. It's a great spawn. Hope I don't mess this one up. These glow berries mean I don't have to fish in order to not starve, which is usually the strategy in the caves. I mean, trust me, this is not my first attempt. I died multiple times trying this. Usually starving and naked and afraid in a cave before getting sniped by a skeleton. Speaking of which, I found a skeleton spawner right next to me with some pretty garbage loot, but hey, anything helps. For the rest of the day, I just explored the local caves, got iron, and a simple base setup. I also found 5 diamonds on the first day, which would be crazy on a normal run, but not down here. Day 1, I managed to get some wood by growing an azalea tree. I told you lush caves are awesome. I farmed it for a bit, and then used the wood to make some charcoal, so now I can have more than one torch. I spent the rest of the day clearing out the mineshaft and found a zombie spawner with some pretty mid loot. Oh yay, a saddle and horse armor for the horses I can't get. Hooray! Afterwards, I just farmed trees for the rest of the day. Day 2, I ventured further out into the mineshaft on a hunt for some dirt in order to start a farm. I'm getting a nutrient deficiency from only eating glowberries. I found a huge lush cave pretty close by, but still no dirt. Then, I realized I already had a way to get dirt, I just hadn't thought of it. I can use azaleas to make rooted dirt, which I can turn into regular dirt, which I can multiply by combining the dirt with gravel to make coarse dirt, which then I can turn into dirt for infinite dirt. Very big brain. Day 3, I used this method to make a bunch of dirt and then cleared out an area for a farm. I planted some wheat and beetroot, and usually I never use beetroot, but I am in extreme poverty down here, so desperate times call for desperate measures. Afterwards, I went off to explore some more while the crops grew and ended up finding 2 axolotls. I went home and made a little pen for them, then they stayed there for the rest of the playthrough because I completely forgot about them. Day 4, I made a small little area to grow some pumpkins and melons next to the farm. Then, after exploring for a little bit, I decided to clear out the big amethyst geode underneath my floor. I got a bunch of decently cool looking blocks that I can maybe use to build with in the future. Day 5, I started to build a ladder up towards the higher caves in search of some coal and dirt. After digging for a while, I ended up in a big underwater ravine and got a small glimpse of the surface, but only a glimpse. I can't go up there. Day 6, I finished building the ladder all the way up to the top and bottom and almost died an embarrassing death. After that display of genius, I went and worked on expanding my farms. I had my first ever melon and pumpkin grow and actually made beetroot soup for the first time, and hopefully last time ever. Seriously, this is the dumbest food source in the game. Why is this thing? Day 7, I went over to the skeleton spawner and started converting it into a farm. I want bones for bone meal so I can stop worrying about food. I got everything dug out and set up with a simple caveman design, but it works and that's all I need. Day 8, I sat at my new farm for a while to collect some bones and XP, even though I can't enchant anything yet. After I was done with that, I expanded the farms a little more. Day 9, I set up a strip mine at the bottom of my ladder and did some mining. Afterwards, I went over to the big lush cave I found earlier and turned it into an area to grow a bunch of trees. Day 10, I grew some azaleas for some wood, and then I thought of a way to get major wood. I knew that I had spawned with a snowy taiga above me, and if I can get a spruce sapling, I can grow mega trees down here and get major wood. So I went up to the water ravine and made a tunnel over to the forest. I surfaced and found a spruce tree, cut it down, and got its sapling. Mission success. Days 11 through 13 I forgot to record, but I'll still tell you what I did. I cleared out an area to grow the big spruce tree, but it didn't work. I did some off-camera mining and found 5 diamonds. Typical YouTuber. Then I made a super smelter in my base and a fishing pond next to the skeleton farm. Day 14, I remembered to record this time, and I finally got the big spruce tree to grow. Turns out I just needed to give it a little bit more space. Then I sat by the skeleton farm and fished in hope of getting an enchanted book. If I get one, it would let me make an enchanting table, but I didn't have any luck today. Now, at this point, I think I have food and basic necessities set up, so now I can focus on other goals. Day 15, the first of those goals is upgrading my base. At first, I thought I wanted to move everything up to the stone layer because it would be easier to expand up there, but I decided against it because I like the way the deep slate looks. For the rest of the day, and into day 16, I just prettied up the base. I added a floor, a ceiling, some walls, storage, some decorations, and more. Day 17, I figured I'm done with the base for now, so I decided to go mining. I found this big, cool-looking cave with a lava lake. And this right here is what we dreamed of when we asked for the cave update. It's beautiful, it's large, and it looks great. Nice job, Mojang. Anyways, I found 11 diamonds today, and I'm getting closer to diamond armor. Day 18, still mining. I found a zombie spawner and a spider spawner, along with some more cool caves. I got up to 23 diamonds and found a notch apple, as well as a book, so now I can enchant. Day 19, I finished up the mining trip, and then immediately made an enchanting setup. I don't have any access to bookshelves right now, so these small enchantments will have to do. I got full diamond armor and enchanted everything. For the rest of the day, I just did some farm chores. Day 20, I spent most of the day down at the tree farm, chopping down big spruce tree after big spruce tree. I want to get as much wood as I can. But I got distracted by a cave system after hearing some mobs underneath the floor. Day 21, I got home, made a jukebox, and listened to some music, and then I went and explored more of the caves. I found a zombie spawner after being completely swarmed, and I think this is what spawners are meant to be like. I was completely overwhelmed. Afterwards, I found a chicken, and with this chicken, I can make infinite chickens, which might be the only farm animal I'm allowed to get down here. I stuck him in a boat and made him a little box, and made sure to remember his coordinates so I can come back for him later. Day 22, I explored the caves a little more, and then headed home to retrieve the chicken. I dug a tunnel right to where I left him, and since he's a dumb chicken, he followed a strange man down a dark murder tunnel because all he was thinking about was a seed that was holding. I made a little pen for him with a hopper underneath to collect any eggs he drops. So hopefully I can use these eggs to get more chickens. Day 23, I was in desperate need of coal, so I went to the surface and used the water ravine and a bit of strip mining to get some. Day 24, I went to check on my chicken and, oh no, he's gone. I don't know what happened to him. I fed him seeds, so I thought he wouldn't despawn, but whatever. I made an anvil and combined some old pickaxes and sat at the farm for a bit. Afterwards, I was on my way to get some obsidian when I found a big vein of diamonds I had been walking right on top of for like 20 days. It's literally this meme. Anyways, the reason I was getting obsidian is because I've decided that it was finally time to venture into the nether. Day 25, and today's the day. It's time to go to the nether. I walked through the portal, and I spawned in a warp forest, which is honestly the best option for me. It's safe, for the nether at least. I went and explored around until I found a nether fortress, but I'm not ready to take it on just yet. So I went back to the base and did some preparations. Day 26, I head back into the nether to braid the fortress. I make my way through it carefully, mostly using my bow. I found nether wart and eventually the blaze spawner. I farmed it for a little while and got a nice amount of blaze rods before heading home. I sprinted back because I ran out of arrows and I was way more than ready to be out of the nether. Just kidding. I went back in the nether immediately on day 27 to get some ender pearls. I ended up finding Crimson Forest and 2 other nether fortresses. Day 28, I finished getting ender pearls and went home to make some Eyes of Ender. I want to go to the stronghold for some bookshelves. They will allow me to get high-level enchantments, which will make all of my projects down here way easier because building anything requires a lot of digging. I threw an eye in my big tree room and it led me west, so I started digging. I went up to the stone layer because I would be able to dig a lot faster up there, which matters because I will probably have to mine anywhere from 2,000 to 4,000 blocks to get over there. Day 29, and I'm still digging. I found a cool cave though. Day 30, and I'm still digging. Although I heard a guardian laser while I was mining, and I tunneled up and found an ocean monument in the ocean above me. I did not expect to find an ocean monument in this playthrough. Then, after digging some more, the eye vendor finally turned right. Doing some math, we can find out that since when I started the tunnel, the eye was about 11 degrees north, when it turns full north after 1500 blocks, the portal should only be about 300 blocks away. Day 31, I continued digging and found a ravine and a mine shaft, and after digging some more, the eye finally turned back. So I spent the rest of the day crawling around in caves and tunnels until finally, I found it. Day 32, I went exploring around the stronghold and found books, so now I can finally enchant. Part of the stronghold was skulked up, but thankfully I didn't set off a ward. Found some diamonds, some trims, and then finally, the portal. I put 2 eyes in it, and then headed home through the nether. It was a very short trip compared to the 4 days I just spent digging. Day 33, I built an enchanting room, and then sat by the spawner for some levels. After a few tries, I put together a god pickaxe with Fortune 3 on it. I named him Tim. No, wait. Tim. Now, it's time to put this puppy to use. So, day 34, I went mining. I found a nice flat cave I could maybe build something in later, and also found 19 diamonds. Thank you very much, Fortune. After returning home, I decided I would put my fancy new tools to use by building a giant farm so that I would stop having to eat watermelon slices whenever I ran out of bread. Day 35, I spent mining out a big area for the farm. And I'm going to use this time to tell you that I won't be doing the full 100 days in this video. I will only be doing 64 days or a stack of days. This is my first time making a video like this, and really I just want to see if I enjoy doing it, without sinking such a big time commitment into it. I really enjoyed making this video, and I'm planning on making more. So if you guys like it, or if any suggestions of things change, let me know. Anyways, after I finished digging, I built the walls and tilled the farm. It's satisfying to plant all the wheat. Day 36, I went on a quick mission to collect the resources I left behind while mining the Stronghold Tunnel. Then afterwards, I planted and bone milled some potatoes to replace my old wheat farm. Day 37, I started work on what I'm going to call the vacation home. It's a way for me to look at the surface without actually being up there, because sometimes I miss it. Actually, a lot more than sometimes. I dug a tunnel over to the hill I'm building it in and started clearing out an area to build in. Day 38, and I saw the first sunrise of this whole entire world. It was nice, but I had to go back to my caves. I continued working on the vacation home and made a cool glass tunnel in the water ravine. I watched sunset with the snow. It was nice. Day 39, and I obtained a pet Enderman, which I'll name Jonathan. I continued on the working on the vacation home, which is actually now Jonathan's house. Here's a tour of the house. You walk in, and you got a little area to farm. You got Jonathan watching over the crops. Yep, this is his house. Then you go up the stairs. You got a little area with some furnaces, some storage, some crafting tables, little bedroom, nice picture. We got a little table with a jukebox and some decorations. The one I have in here is a cat right now. And you move over, and you got a big glass area to view the outside world. It's nice. You got a little window where you can view the sunrise, and a small little window just to see the outside world a little bit more. Yeah, that's the house. Then I worked on expanding the tunnel over to Jonathan's house. Day 41, I sat in the farm for a bit to get enough levels to enchant my axe so that I could farm some wood, which is what I did for the rest of the day. Day 42, and I'm still farming wood. I figured out you can bone meal the trees without having to wait for the leaves to decay, which made farming way faster. After I figured I had get enough wood, I made a quick amethyst trip and got a little bit, which I used to make a useless spyglass. Day 43, and I'm just working on the farm some more. I just dug and dug. Day 44, and I finished the potato section. Once again, it's very satisfying to plant all these. However, I need a new pickaxe before I can work on more of the farm. I'm going to build the carrot part, even though I don't have any carrots yet. I thought I already had some, so I've been throwing away the ones I've been getting. For the rest of the day, I just sat at the farm for a new pickaxe. Day 45, I dug out the carrot area, and I found normal diamonds, which is kind of cool because you don't really see them anymore. I also made a secret infinite water source, which I thought was pretty genius. Days 46 through 49, I wasn't recording again, so here's what happened. Day 46, I created a zombie spawner farm to get some carrots, got some pretty quick. Day 47, I planted the carrot farm. Day 48, I made a kitchen next to my farms, as you can see in the background. Day 49, I decorated the area around my farms, made some walls, harvested my potatoes, and just a pro tip, you can use fortune tools on carrots and potatoes to get extra yield, which is cool. Day 50, and I loaded into the world, and chests were presents because it's Christmas Eve. So I decided I'm going to make a big Christmas build. I want it to be a big tree with ornaments and a train going around it. So I got to work. Day 51, I continued working on the tree and started working on the roller coaster. Day 52, and I finished up the build. Day 53, I wired up a little contraption that I like to call Snowman Hell. It can also be a ghetto snow farm if I would, ever want snow for anything. Why would I? Oh, wait. So, I farmed snow for the rest of the day and covered the tree and made a little snow area. So, now I think the build is complete. Day 54, and I harvested the farms, baked a metric crap load of potatoes, made some golden carrots, so now I'm really balling, and expanded the now beetroot farm. I also cleaned up the tree growing area so that I can finally breathe without all the glowberries. Except I'm still breathing in spores, but whatever. Day 55, and I made a potion area so that I can make water breathing potions in order to harvest a bunch of sand for glass so I can make tinted glass for the spawner rooms. Also made some lanterns for the first time in this whole world, which combined with the golden carrots means I'm really balling. Day 56, and I made some potions, which is crazy that I can do considering I started naked and afraid in a cave. Really come a long way in this world. Anyway, I went up to the surface to mine some sand and then made a cool new axe later. Day 57, I took a quick trip to the nether while the sand smelted. I was looking for pearls and some glowstone. I gathered some quartz too, and oh my god, it's a chicken. I've been given a second chance. I can't mess this up. I rushed home, grabbed some seeds, and named him Lazarus, raised from the dead. We made it safely back home, and hopefully now that he's name tagged, he won't despawn. Anyways, the glass finally smelted, so I made some tinted glass for the spawning rooms. It looks cool. Day 58, and I'm tired of this ugly, slow elevator, so I started working on the great elevator shaft renovations. I started by clearing everything out, then adding wood beams, red concrete, and deep slate backing. Then I added redstone lights along the tunnel. Day 59, and I finished the tunnel. Now it's time to make a bubble elevator. I have to fill in each individual block with a bucket, so it might take a bit. Day 60, I started filling the elevator, and got it all done before the end of the day. It wasn't that bad. Probably because I already had multiple spots along the ladder to fill up from. Lazarus hasn't dropped any eggs, so I figured I'd put a slab under him to try and fix it. Also cleared an area around him. Day 61, and I harvested my crops and brewed some potions. Day 62, I used the night vision potions to go caving, which, combined with the super large caves from the cave update, makes diamond and other ores really easy to see. But be careful because you aren't lighting things up so mobs can spawn behind you. After I was done with that, I decided that it was finally time. I gathered some pearls and then said goodbye to everyone. Said goodbye to my goofy snowman, my neglected axolotls, my beloved chicken, and most importantly, I said goodbye to Jonathan. We listened to a music disc before I set off. Day 64, and that's it. I did it. The dragon fight was not that hard. This isn't my first rodeo. Anyways, thank you for watching the video. I really enjoyed making it. If you want to see more from me, let me know in the comments. Thank you, and have a good day.